Order in the court.
Reg, which rap album from 1997 is better? Jay-Z's Volume 1 or Mace's Harlem World?
Uh, in my lifetime is better. I think with the exception of those two blemishes, I know what girls like and Sunshine. Um, in my lifetime is otherwise a flawless record. I think Harlem World in the time frames, Harlem World was better. You know, Harlem World had 97 on lock. You know, that's like a success. That's how you do a successfully commercial album. Now, I think in my lifetime tried to borrow some of that steez, and that's how you got the two worst songs on the album. But in Jay-Z's focus and what he was able to do with that album, it's one of his best looking back. And those tracks, and it's some of his best rapping, some of his most personal. So yeah, I would have to say in my lifetime is better.
All right, so I'm gonna have to say Harlem World, and this is really
Cape,
yeah, the Harlem Cape. This is really difficult for me because Volume 1 is my favorite Jay-Z album. But if I have to be like from a critical standpoint, I'm not going to be biased. Like the Mace's Harlem World is his debut album and is better than Volume 1. Now, Volume 1 definitely has like songs that I always like want to like go back and listen to. But Harlem World like defines that year of 97. It does. It also like just like the sound that Puff used on that project is, you know, what Jay was kind of like chasing, and like Mase like fit into it like a glove. And like where Jay-Z kind of like had to go back and like go back to the drawing board, and that's how we got Where I'm From. That's how we got a song like Lucky Me. But with Mace's Harlem World, that album was perfection. I think that album doesn't get celebrated enough, and maybe it's because like, you know, the abrupt way that like Mace left rap and everything like that. But I think Harlem World is such a good album, and an album that kind of like it doesn't get celebrated enough. And I guess that's because like Mace kind of like was okay with like not being in the spotlight anymore. But I hope that like you know, whatever like, you know, business Mace and Puff have like fixed over the time, like I hope that Harlem World can be celebrated properly, because like that album was like a groundbreaking album. Like Mace was technically like Drake before Drake. He was a crossover superstar in rap. And I think if he would have kept going, he would have only got bigger. Like, because then, you know, the evolution from Mace, you get Nelly and Ja Rule. And it keeps going. And I think Mace would have figured out a way to like stay on that. And, you know, like that's where he was lined up at. And I think that's why like Mason and Jay-Z, you know, started taking little pot shots at each other, having their like subliminal warfare. Because they both knew like they was going for it. They was going for the top. And I think that Mace just, you know, he didn't, it was certain things that just made him leave rap, and Jay-Z kept going, you know, but
I think like I said, like in my lifetime is some of Hope's best rapping. I think and you go back to it and you listen, and it's kind of lore now where you just know that Hope has never really dropped the ball on an intro, right? And A Million and One Questions being one of his best intros ever. And then you got some of like the key highlights on this album are still some of his best that he still performs to this day.
Absolutely.
You got Streets is Watching, Imaginary Players, Lucky Me is like a deep cut, you know.
Lil Wayne has that whole song tatted on his arm.
Yeah, You Must Love Me, Rap Game, Crap Game. Like the moments on this album are major. I mean, and granted, Harlem World has colossal moments on it. I just think that as time has gone on, I've definitely revisited In My Lifetime more, and I've put more stock into In My Lifetime. The same way that you feel that Harlem World isn't celebrated enough, I think In My Lifetime isn't celebrated enough. I think it's kind of a forgotten album in a sense that in his catalog, when it comes to like, if you're a Jay-Z fan, you know about it obviously, but then it came at a time where it was like Biggie was sort of passing the torch, because you know you even have in the album booklet him performing with Big.
It was the rollout that happened. You got to think, we got The City Is Mine, and then like the video was pretty dope. He did the play on the Usual Suspects, right? And then we got the Sunshine video, and the Sunshine videos were fucked everything up because they saw all the colors. It was like, oh, like we see what's happening here. It was like too blatant, too corporate, and then he had to like retool it and figure things out. And like that's how we got Where I'm From, and then we got the tour, Rockefeller Rough Riders tour. So, you know, Jay-Z just had to like fine tune things and everything, but like it just didn't hit.
Yeah.
Whereas with like Mace's project, like it hit on all cylinders. Like he was on TRL, like he was huge. Like it's shocking to me that like Mace, like he went on tour with Puff, but like Mace didn't get his own solo tour, like arena tour. And I think he would have defined like he was in like teen magazines and shit like that. He was a heartthrob. Like women was loving that dude. And then like he was rapping, like, you know what I'm saying, for like the dudes, and like we, you know, we always enjoying it.
Yeah.
I definitely was brushing my hair trying to get 360 waves,
Oh, yeah,
wearing a
for
do rag
sure.
night
For sure.
every
That
night,
was the whole era.
making sure like my the color of my fit is matched my sneakers and everything like that. Like Mace had it, like, you know what I'm saying. So, and then like, you know, oh my God, he was dark skinned. So like there it was for me. Like I was shocked. Like, I was in my glory. But
He definitely, without question, had the biggest singles
yeah,
from this album, and songs that are still played to this day.
right.
You know, Feel So Good, 24 Hours to Live being one of the biggest posse cuts of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got some big,
He got a dope verse from Jay-Z on this album on Cheat
yeah,
Lane.
yeah, he does. But I just think, yeah, like I said, and I guess I'm being a dead horse at this point, but like I said, I think In My Lifetime has aged so well lyrically, looking back, and it's all about preference at this point,
Yeah,
right? So yeah.
absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us know which rap album from 1997 is better. Is it Jay-Z's Volume 1 or is it Mace's Harlem World? Let us know. Thank you. Dun dun.